India has been tackling with air pollution quite some time now.
India is the third worst country in the entire world for air quality.
Hyderabad and Bengaluru are choking. People in these cities are exposed to maximum carbon emissions in the country.
If you're using gas stoves, you're emitting nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and also carbon monoxide. And these gases are especially very harmful for respiratory issues and skin issues. Pollutants are there everywhere, in the air we breathe, in what we eat, how we wash food, and also where we procure our vegetables or fruits, right? And also depending on the chemicals that we put on the body, either as a makeup product or as a soap, shampoo, we have these pollutants everywhere. Either we call them particulate matter or VOCs or heavy metals or microtoxins. These are there everywhere. They find an entry into our body. These affect our oxidative stress. So basically whenever there is oxidative stress in the body, it damages our brain, our metabolic health, and overall our detoxification as well. And not just that, it also increases inflammation in the body, and henceforth this oxidative stress and inflammation will lead to all kinds of chronic diseases. At what time of the day what we are exposed to is made possible with technology today. Depending on that, we can take certain actions. For example, when the air quality is more than 100, it's better we don't open doors, because whenever air quality is high on the outside and you're opening all the windows and doors, the indoor air pollution increases. Always indoor air pollutants are 2 to 5 times more higher than outside when the air quality is high. So it's always better to close your doors and windows when the AQI is high outside and improve ventilation when the air quality index goes down. Same thing goes with exercise as well. It's important to exercise, yes, but not when the AQIs are very high, especially when you're living in cities and AQIs are more than 100. So choose to exercise indoors when the air quality is high, and when it is low, always the first priority is to exercise outdoors. Yes, there are definitely several methods that we can test for. When it comes to heavy metals, we can either do a blood sample testing or even a chelation methods or challenging methods to assess heavy metal toxicities in the body. Or even there are certain simple screening devices as well. For example, oligo check. It can simply screen through your skin how much exposed are we are to all these heavy metals and toxins. First of all, when the AQI is high, you can't stop yourself from going out. You can't stay indoors as well because you want to work. Then you can use N95 mask to protect yourself so that any particulate matter less than 10 micrometers is not entering into your body. We call them either PM 2.5 or PM 10 or even VOCs. So we have smart detoxification pathways, we have skin, lungs, also kidneys. To support all these systems, it's important what we put into the body. For example, how do we nourish? So include more sulfur-rich foods which will enhance your liver, and same goes with improving glutathione-rich foods. Very, very, very important. Second, to support your kidneys, simple thing we all can do is include lot of hydration. By lot, I don't mean overhydration, which is always a risk as well. And coming to your lungs, very importantly, pranayama helps in improving our vital capacity. There are two important exercises, breathing exercises that we can perform to improve our VC, which is vital capacity. If you all have heard of Bastikriya Pranayam, Alom Vilom, these two are proven to increase vital capacity. And coming to your nasal passages and sinuses, which are our first entry for all the particulate matter to enter your body, it's important you irrigate the nasal cavities. So we can use simple methods. We have simple nasal irrigation bottles and salts, saline salts that we can use to irrigate, and also we can use steam inhalation. You can either use a peppermint oil or eucalyptus oil to inhale as well. Apart from these, we need to avoid certain things as well. To decrease air pollution inside the home, it's important you don't use any kind of fragrances, chemical, synthetic fragrances especially, because that would double the rate of pollutants at home. The amount of indoor air pollution always comes from Indian kitchens. So it's important the kitchens are very well ventilated, especially while cooking. We all have vents in kitchen, but how often do we clean them? Cleaning the ventilation is very important for the outlet as well. So the regular cleaning of vents in the kitchen, keeping the windows open when we are using oil-based cooking, and reduce the amount of oil we use, because that is how the volatile compounds come out in Indian kitchens. So these are all essential steps that we can take inside our homes. Let's talk about eating and drinking very clean water and clean food. It starts from how we filter the water. There's a lot of contamination of water with these heavy metals, so it's important we invest on good water filters. Avoid canned food. They always have certain amount of microtoxins in it, so it's better to avoid foods. Not just that, a lot of plastic. And apart from that, cooking methods. People grill food, steam, boil, saute. Amongst all these, the best methods are steaming because it retains a lot of nutrients in the vegetables. Boiling is not a great idea because we always boil food and throw away the water which contains a lot of nutrients. It's better we steam the food, top method. Second, saute for sure. Two top bad methods that can increase the amount of toxins is deep frying for sure and grilling over grilling. And what cooking utensils we use is top priority. We see a lot of aluminum toxicities in today's world in young children, both men and women. So it's important we replace all these aluminum cooking utensils with either stainless steel or best is iron cast. And along with that, if you're using gas stoves, you're emitting nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and also carbon monoxide. And these gases are especially very harmful for respiratory issues and skin issues. If it is feasible, we can always switch to better cooking methods, for example, electric stoves or induction stoves. But if that is not a feasibility, we can always improve our ventilation methods in the kitchen. We should make our bodies more resilient in tackling with any kind of pollutants outside. Our bodies should be resilient enough to fight that oxidative stress and improve our detox system so that we can detoxify any of these heavy metals, right? So for that, we need to have very robust antioxidant system. By that, I mean including a lot of foods which are rich in omega-3s, polyphenols, vitamin C's, and also glutathione like N-acetylcysteine rich foods and sulfur rich foods. By including all these kinds of foods and exercising regularly and sweating regularly, we can improve our defense systems so that we develop enough immunity and also make sure you are not nutrient deficient. Whenever we have nutrient deficiencies, all our resilient systems will crash down. So it's important we boost our detoxification systems, we improve our nutrient statuses, improve our protein intake. All these nutrition needs will make sure our bodies are ready to fight any kind of these pollutants out there. Okay, there are certain category of people who do not sweat despite adequate hydration and despite exercise, right? So the hack that we all can use is use a thermotherapy, which is far infrared radiation chambers that we can all expose and sweat out so that our circulation is clear and detox pathways are clear. That is one thing we can do. India has been tackling with air pollution quite some time now. It's not a new thing. It's just that we started to witness it very recently since the Brian Johnson visit happened to India. But by this, it doesn't mean we should run away from cities towards villages. It's nice to take few breaks every week to get back to villages, that is for sure. But we should build our defense system so strong that we can still survive in these weathers. We can use certain hacks like avoiding outdoors when the AQIs are high and nourish our bodies and nourish our homes so that we don't fall prey to these pollutants and we can thrive despite all these pollutants out there.